Rob and Akiva need a podcast, and they need your help. Can you make it onto the wheel? Rob and Akiva need a podcast. Yeah, they'll write or sell your ideas. They'll talk about it till you've got it, you'll feel. Every weekend, you better attend. You can guess what will be coming up next. Rob and Akiva need a podcast.
Yes, that's right. Rob and Akiva need a podcast, and it is the very special RAANAP wedding here today of Akiva. I'm at a loss for words already to talk about this very special event. Here he is, a man of 3.5 podcasts, 4 children, but only one marriage.
That's right.
Here he is, Uncle Akiva Winokur.
One marriage in almost 17 years.
Yes.
First of all, I mentioned this before air, and I complained about it many times already, but I am fasting. I'm almost 24 hours into a fast. It's almost over. But when my fast breaks, in a few minutes, I will break it with a champagne flute of Coke Zero.
Okay, well done. All right, excited to see that go down here. We are on video. We have a live audience here with us for.
Can't say anything like horribly offensive this week.
For the wedding of Colin and Kelly. Kelly and Colin.
Because this is nominally a podcast for the listeners. We are both wearing suits and ties.
Yes. So we are very dressed up, and for the very first time, has this ever happened before? People got married on a podcast?
I don't think it's ever happened. I've also never not worn a hat. This is, I think, my yarmulke's debut on the podcast.
Okay, so a historic day here on June 27th, 2021. You'll know where you were when we had Kelly and Colin get married, of course. That is, of course, if they can pass the tests. We will have a wedding on the podcast. It'll be a sad day.
Sad for them. It'll be fine for us. We're both very busy. Like, if they lose and there's no wedding, it's okay for us, honestly.
Okay, well, let's bring in the happy couple. Okay, and they are here with us on Zoom in the same location. Here is Kelly and Colin. Kelly and Colin, how are you?
We're so excited. Colin's blindfolded right now for the pod listeners because I thought we could do like a first look.
Yes.
I have no idea what's going on.
He doesn't know what's happening.
We've talked. Well, hold on.
Survivor buff.
Yeah, no, I think that Colin should keep the blindfold on for as long as possible, right, Akiva?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good bit, especially for the video people.
Because we haven't ever talked to Colin on the podcast. First off, Kelly, very excited for the big day today.
So thrilled. We have our rings right here next to me. So if this doesn't happen, I'm going to be devastated.
Okay. All right. Well, no pressure to get the answers right today, Colin. All right. Colin, so tell us a little bit about this and how you ended up here getting married on Rob and Akiva Need a Podcast.
To be honest, I think it kind of started out as a joke tweet that Kelly posted.
The podcast.
Sorry?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Yeah, so she tweeted that like RAANAP bot should marry us or something because we had to cancel our wedding twice. And then...
Be ashamed to cancel the third time today.
Yeah, and then I think an online friend of Kelly's pitched it as a wheel idea, and a bunch of times it was talked about, and now we're here.
Okay. Just to set up what we're going to do as far as a test, that when we were talking about having Kelly's wedding on the podcast, Akiva, we talked about they would have to face off in a Newlywed game against a couple that had a one-night stand.
That's correct. That was your bit. Correct. Very funny bit. Yeah.
Yes. But we did. I don't think we were able to procure the one-night stand couple.
Yeah, our listeners, if they meet someone, it's it. They get married to them, or at least date them for many months.
We will have a challengers for you to compete
Absolutely.
against. Yes.
Yeah, people will be happy with our challengers, I feel.
Yes. Okay. So that will be coming up. So that assuming you two can pass the test, then we will have a marriage here today and a beautiful ceremony that we have planned for you today here on Rob and Akiva Need a Podcast. So, Kelly, how are you feeling today?
I'm a little nervous that we might lose the game. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm pretty excited otherwise. I've been on the RHAP Grams, like talking all about what's going down. So I think this is gonna be a really exciting episode.
Yeah, she took over. Claire asked why I'm holding scissors. I don't know, because this is like my kids were doing a project at the desk.
Is this a podcast bris?
It's not a bris. I don't think I'd use like
safety scissors.
Safety scissors for as a mole, but I think that my kids were just doing a project before I took over this desk. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen you hold scissors before on the podcast.
I got all this. I like to like play with things. Usually we're not on video. I got like a whole bunch of toys here.
Maybe that could be sort of like a visual cue. If you like say something like you said something, but you want to cut out of the podcast, you just
that's right.
You don't need to do the sound effect. Just
the people who are listening, they want to hear that I'm cutting those scissors.
All right.
I was very bad with scissors in school.
You don't say.
I can't cut in straight lines. It's one of my many sort of like many issues.
Okay.
So,
all right. So, first off, Colin, do you have any questions for us here that now that you're on Robin and Keeping It podcast?
I wouldn't be able to ask you any questions right now. I just have no idea what's going on. I'm just here for the ride. Hopefully it's a good one and it doesn't end in a miserable defeat 30 minutes in.
Akiva, Colin in the blindfold doesn't really help to the perception that he's here against his will.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, Kelly, I could say without really knowing Colin for sure wears the proverbial pants, but this is like, he's a come with guy. We'd like to talk about that on Seinfeld. Like you say, all right, we have an adventure and he's along for the ride. You marry that kind of guy.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a not a come with person. No, you guys go have fun.
Go have fun. Go fun without us. Okay. Akiva, what else should we do to set this up?
So we're going to bring in a minute. We're going to bring in the couple they're playing against. They're going to play a game. Just for people who are wondering what's coming next, assuming Kelly and Colin win the Newlywed game, which Rob will explain. He gets to be his beloved game show host. Then we will have a wedding. We will have Kelly and Colin's parents are here. We got some church in the chat. There's a lot of people in the chat. The church keeps saying like, "Hey, congratulations." What's like the Gentile Mazel Tov? You guys need you guys need your own Mazel Tov. But they keep saying that to Kelly and Colin. We got to also have to behave because the church is in the chat. A lot of people just chatting along. But yeah, we're going to have some surprises perhaps during the ceremony, or maybe not. Nothing. Don't get too excited. But we have a bunch of things planned for the ceremony. So hopefully we'll get there. If not, there's always a different couple to get married on this podcast next year.
Now, Kelly, this week on the Patron 5 for 5, the First Lady of Podcasting, Nicole Sesternino, had some disbelief that anybody would be getting married on Robin and Akiva podcast.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Like, we were pretty fed up with having to cancel a bunch of times, and this is a great way to have all of our favorite people from the internet involved in our wedding.
Yeah. Okay. Akiva, did Mara have any thoughts on this wedding happening today on the podcast?
Honestly, we've been together so long, I think that it's like it just flew over her head. I was just like, hey, can you help me find like a tie? Help me put the tie on because like we have a podcast wedding. It's like, okay, whatever. Just enjoy yourself. Like at this point, were you fazed by the podcast wedding at all? No, at this point, she just expects weird things to happen.
Yes. Oh, I love this that we get like instant reaction from Mara here on the podcast. Is this because this is the time of day or this is because of
yeah, the kids aren't asleep yet. I'm just sitting in a certain spot for, on camera. So she's in the background.
She's a plus one.
Yeah, she's my plus one.
Yeah, it's like you have a band leader.
We may have a band leader later. My kids want to be the ring boy. I don't know how they would physically transport the ring to Canada. But they think they were just the ring boy at a wedding last week. They want to be the ring boy again.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. Okay. What should we do? Should we play the game?
Yeah, let's play the game.
Okay. All right. So, Akiva, who are Kelly and Colin going to be playing against?
Okay. So, when I thought about, a couple or someone we could have, one of the most iconic couples in RAANAP history was Holly, and I don't even remember the guy's name. Do you remember the guy's name from the Tinder episode? Yeah, who cares about that guy? But Holly and the guy from the Tinder episode, and people said, "Oh, let's have them." So I thought, great idea. And I think she was into it, but we couldn't book him for today. He was busy, probably getting drunk on a beach somewhere. So Holly said, "I have an ex-boyfriend named Chris, and he's willing to come on. And so we're going to have Colin and Kelly playing against Holly and Chris, who are no longer together. And they have to beat a couple that could not stay together in order to make it to the marital stage.
Okay, let's welcome in Holly and Chris. Yes,
Hey, guys.
Holly, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Yes. Okay. Very excited to have you here to take on Kelly and Colin in the Newlywed game. How confident are you and Chris that you will be able to beat this couple that is planning on getting married today?
Not super confident because clearly things didn't work out between us.
Yes.
And things are working out for them. But we
So
will
far.
give it our best try.
How long
Yes.
did you guys date, Holly and Chris?
So
Oh, that's the first question. Okay, Chris, what do you say the answer is?
It was complicated, I would say, for a long time. We this was back at school. We met through Survivor Maryland. There were multiple stints where we were together, but it's kind of the millennial college dating complicated type scenario. I think at some point
Millennial fake reality TV show. You know the shtick, Rob.
Same old boring story.
Yeah. So you know, I would say we became friends at some point, but you know, we were spending a lot of time together in college. So we'll say for the better part of at least a year.
Yeah. For those of you who are watching the Zoom call, you know this, but for the podcast, Akiva has muted his video and audio. Do you think that he's eating right now, Kelly?
I'm not
having a
not
snack.
eating. It's just, like I got kids
Very
running on screen.
mysterious.
I don't know
Very
what they have
mysterious.
planned. I have not eaten yet. I think the fast ends in like 3 minutes, but I have not eaten yet.
Yeah.
I got kids jumping into the camera. I don't know what they have planned. So I just, as a precaution, I muted and shut the video.
Okay. All right. So we're going to play the game. And so what we were thinking is that we will have the men mute their video and audio. Now for Colin, you just would have to mute your audio. Your video's already been muted by the blindfold.
He'll be fine.
And then
I could send him away as well.
Yeah, or Kelly could, or I was gonna say Kelly could wear headphones, but that wouldn't necessarily help. Yeah, all right. So, Colin, I think I know the answer to this, but you wouldn't mind walking away from the computer, right?
No, I'll be fine.
You'll be
can do
fine.
that.
Hey, what will you do while you're waiting for us?
I don't know. Probably crack a beer.
Okay, all right. Some nerves. Okay, all right. And Chris, you have something to do for a couple of minutes?
Yeah, you want me to mute and do no video?
Okay. Yes, please. Okay, and make sure you're not listening also, because then you'll hear the answers and then you'll cancel a wedding. Holly, you won't feel bad if you end up making Kelly's wedding be canceled?
I will feel a little bad.
Yeah.
But I really don't think we're gonna win, so it should be okay.
Okay, that should be okay. Kelly, any nerves on your part?
I'm extremely nervous, to be honest. I don't know why. I'm just like, I have no idea what these questions are going to be.
Yes.
So we'll see.
So Kelly, are you wearing your wedding dress today?
I have two wedding dresses. I'm
wedding
wearing
dresses.
a wedding dress of
A
mine.
wedding dress. Well, if you schedule your wedding 3 times, then you need multiple dresses.
You just never know what's going to come up. It's been a long, 3 years.
It has been a long 3 years. Okay. Could you give the backstory a little bit of how we got to this day where you are getting married on a podcast?
Yeah, I just tweeted that RAANAP should marry us. And then Greg, our biggest pinball stan, he tweeted, or I believe sent in an email to the podcast and was like, let's do Kelly's wedding on the podcast. And then it kind of just snowballed from there. I was super game because why not? I don't know. I'm not doing anything.
Okay. All right. Are things progressing in Canada where there was a off chance that the real wedding could be happening?
There's got to be a
soon?
window at this point. By the way, I didn't realize I was muted for 5 minutes there. I was
Yeah.
So-
Rob is so rude for ignoring me.
We now are opening because everyone is getting vaccinated. Colin and I are both double vaxxed now. But
Wow.
we have a new
And they got
wedding-
2 Johnson & Johnson. That's how into it they are.
We have a new wedding date for next year for our in-person reception.
In person. Okay. All right. So
This is the one that counts, though.
This is the one.
Yeah.
This is the one that counts. All right. So what we're gonna have you do is we're gonna ask you a series of questions. What do you think? 5, 7, Akiva?
Yeah, I think 7 probably.
Okay, let's do 7 questions, and then we're gonna get the answer that you think your partner will say. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
And then we will come back and ask them. Don't give them any hints or any clues or anything. And then we'll see how many matches that we get. And so is this like baseball, first 1 to 4 ultimately ends up winning, or the majority after 7? Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I think so.
All right.
And also, Kelly, do we have like, because are your parents watching? Like, is there like a I don't think the questions are like that. Like I don't even know if they're PG-13, but I just want to know if Rob has to like be careful. If we have to be careful.
Oh no, we're fine. Both of our
like the
moms
church
are
is in the
watching.
chat. That's my problem. The church is in the chat. I don't know what.
Colin's mom is on the church Zoom. My mom's
she's got the
watching.
church Zoom. Okay,
They're gonna be chill. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay.
Fine.
The church is in the chat.
The church is in the chat.
A euphemism. Yeah.
Well, like when they post, it says like Knox County Church or something.
Okay. All right. So here we go. We're looking for the correct answer to these questions that your partner would say. All right. Question number 1. Which survivor tribe does your partner think you should be cast on? Brains, brawn, or beauty? All right. Let's start with Holly. Holly, what do you think Chris is going to say?
I think that Chris would put me on the Brains tribe.
Brains. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'll go with.
Let's lock that in. Okay. Kelly, how about for you?
Rob, are you keeping track of this?
No, I'm going to assume that the if we can't forget that, or we can't remember, the chat will remind us.
I'm going to write on my son's 7 times 2 thing.
Okay.
I think for me, same question. He would definitely put me on the Brawn tribe.
Brawn tribe.
The Brawn tribe. You know, Kelly did run a Pride 5K this morning. She was running a 5K.
Wow.
A big runner.
Yeah, I'm very competitive. I have a really bad watch tan from running. I think I hope he would put me on that tribe. He's certainly not putting me on beauty or brains. So.
Okay. All right. Question number 2. All right. Well, this time we'll start with Kelly. Kelly, according to Colin, who does he think is your king of the mats?
Oh my goodness. Okay, that's
You're
tough.
gonna have to explain that one slightly for Holly, I think, after also.
This has never come up in 7 years of being together. We've never discussed our top mats. But I think he would probably say Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Okay.
Matt Damon. Okay.
All right. Holly, we once did a tournament of King of the Mats. The greatest person with the name Matt or Matthew. Who would Chris say is your King of the Mats?
I guess I will go with Matthew McConaughey.
McConaughey. Okay.
But we'll see. We'll see, because he might have a wild answer to that one.
All right.
That's a hard name to spell. I don't think I know how to spell McConaughey. I'm writing it down here.
Yeah. Matt M.
You think if we write Matt M, I'm going to know it's him?
Well, I think that, there's enough people here. I think that with our collective memory, I think we'll be fine.
All right. Mike Bloom, remind us in the chat.
Okay. All right. So, how about, this is a yes or no question, this next one. All right. We'll start with Holly. According to your partner, is it cheating in the relationship if it is with a ghost? What will your partner say?
Well, I'm going to go with no, because I think he would qualify a lot of things as not cheating.
Sounds like that's a story.
Little shade there, but we'll go with no.
Yes. What if you were on a break?
Oh, then absolutely not.
Okay, so no.
So
okay.
no.
All right,
not
Kelly, how about
cheating.
for you?
We have discussed this before, and Colin has a very strict answer, which is that if I were to sleep with a ghost, it would be okay as long as I was not emotionally attached to the ghost.
Oh, that you almost have like a haunt pass.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, does this extend to live people, or like what's the deal? But
yeah, not emotionally attached. Okay.
Akiva, could you ask Mara real quick? Is it cheating with a ghost?
If you remind me when the kids are asleep in a few minutes, I can ask.
Okay. Yeah. I think for me, the line is it a ghost of a person we know?
Good question.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Like, are you going after like Marilyn Monroe's ghost or somebody?
Yeah. Like if I found out my wife had slept with a random ghost, like I feel like I could get over that.
What if it was Tupac's ghost though?
Tupac's ghost? I mean,
wasn't your wife very into Tupac?
Yes.
That might be a problem.
Yeah. What are you saying, that he's not still alive, Akiva?
That's true. I mean, I guess one day when he's not with us anymore.
Okay. All right. If it's a ghost of somebody that we knew, I'd feel a little worse about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
True. I mean, you'd still be better off than that guy who's dead, but sure.
Mm-hmm. All right. Question number 4. If you were a member of the Spice Girls, which Spice Girl would your partner say, or ex-partner in Holly's case, say you would be? All right, Kelly.
I think he would say that I would be Ginger, probably.
Ginger
because she's
Spice.
my favorite.
Okay. All right, Holly.
To be honest, I don't even know if Chris knows the Spice Girls.
That could be an answer. I don't know who any of the Spice Girls are.
That is an option.
But I'll give you an answer. I'll go with. You know what? Actually, I will go with. I don't think he knows any of the Spice Girls, so that will be my answer.
Okay, no Spice Girl.
No Spice Girl. You know, they are younger than Kelly and Colin. Holly and Chris, so Spice Girls maybe don't resonate.
I was always a big fan. I know them, but I don't think he does.
Okay.
Yeah, he might not be in the demo.
Mm-hmm. All right. Question number 5. What celebrity would be your ideal third wheel in your relationship, according to Chris, Holly?
So if he got to pick?
What does he, how about this? What would he say your ideal third wheel would be?
So what I would pick?
Yes.
Halsey.
Halsey.
That is my celebrity crush. I think he should know that. If he doesn't, then...
Rob, do you know Halsey?
Huh?
No, I am not familiar.
And this is technically a Halsey pass.
There you go.
There you go.
All right.
Wasn't as good as Rob's.
So then, Kelly, how about for you? Who's Colin going to say would be your ideal celebrity third wheel?
I'm going to pick someone who's alive, not a ghost. And I think he would say Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac. I think he's like just not famous enough that I don't know. Some people wouldn't count it, you know?
He's pretty famous.
He's like famous enough to host SNL, but that's like, oh, that's the one where they have like Lady Gaga as the musical guest to counteract for him not being that famous.
Okay. All right. Number 6. What will your partner say is your astrological sign?
Ooh.
Okay. He definitely knows this, I think. But I'm a Leo and I feel like I come off as a Leo. So I think he's going to know that one.
Okay, he'll say Leo.
Leo, and she comes off as a Leo. Okay.
He doesn't need to say that she comes off like a Leo.
No.
Okay. All right. Holly.
I don't even think Chris knows what an astrological sign is.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell I don't have a lot of faith in him with these questions.
Mm-hmm.
But if for some miracle he does know, I'll go with Virgo.
Virgo. All right.
Virgo. I mean, if he knows the signs, he's got a 1 in 12 shot. And if he knows your birthday, it's like even better.
Okay. All right. And finally, if you were to make a dating contract after 5 years, what would be the number one complaint that Chris would have about you, Holly?
Probably that I drink too much.
Drink too much. Okay.
I like to go out. To me, he'd probably get a little annoyed.
All right.
Because he doesn't go out. He doesn't drink.
Kelly, can you predict what Colin will say?
There's a few things that I think he wishes I would stop doing. And I'm torn between leaving my laundry on the floor and putting on
podcasts.
Yeah, putting on weird voices.
Putting on weird voices. Why? Do you do voices, Kelly?
Not good ones, but I like we have pets, so I'll like talk to the pets and like make them talk back. And I don't think he likes it.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go with laundry.
All right. Could we hear one of the pet voices?
Yeah, like I'll be like, "Oh my God, Darla, how are you?" And she's like, "I'm okay."
Mm-hmm. Well,
And Darla is
a dog.
a dog. Okay.
Darla
Akiva,
the
do you have
dog.
the order of the questions down?
Of course I do.
Okay, great. All right. So let's bring in the dudes.
Okay, let me grab mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And no hints. Don't leave earshot, Kelly.
I'm sending him a text.
Okay.
We don't have very much space.
I'm breaking my fast,
700
Rob.
square feet,
Mazel
so-
tov, Akiva. Okay. Akiva
Oh, he can't see.
has the champagne glass. I like to imagine that you always drink the Coke Zero out of a champagne glass.
It's not a bad idea. Unfortunately, I am a heathen and I drink it out of the bottle usually.
Okay. All right. So here is Chris. Here's Colin. How did everything go?
Did you get your beer?
No, I didn't have a beer. I just paced around the condo.
With the blindfold on?
No, I took the blindfold off
Okay.
because I closed the door, so I couldn't
Close.
see it.
All right. And then, Chris, what did you do?
Chris, you're muted.
Hold on.
I just took my headphones out and kind of played around on my phone. Nothing exciting.
Okay. Chris, could you give us a little bit of your Survivor Maryland bio?
Sure.
What kind of player are you? I know this is not a Survivor podcast.
I played two different ways, two different times. I was in the second season. It was a lot of my friends, and I had a hard time sifting through all the relationships, including with
I
Holly.
get that.
Including with Holly. That was complicated. The first time I played, I was like pretty raw, pretty like I didn't really know much about Survivor, so I think that was like my most true. Yeah, I had never watched an episode the first time I played.
Okay.
So everything was just very like what I felt was right, and I did pretty well. My probably keystone thing I did was I lied about my dog dying to get.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then everybody felt bad for you that your dog died?
Not everybody, but I needed one person to feel bad, and she felt bad, and so it kind of sort of worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was.
Is that why they invited you back for All Stars?
That was one of the big things I think that I could hang my hat on. But I was a good player. I was good in challenges. I found idols.
I hate it playing with them, if that means anything.
Chris, how did your fake dog pass away?
I didn't actually end up having to explain it.
Just told people lost a pet.
Yeah. So the other thing too is that also it wasn't.
Do you usually follow up when people tell you their pet died, Rob? Like, what was it? Heart condition?
Yeah. What happened?
Kidneys?
Yeah.
Yeah. No one really dug on me. I think a couple of people were suspicious after the tribal council that occurred. But like I said, the person who was the most, I think, emotionally vulnerable and subject to, that type of thing working.
And was it Holly?
No, Holly was not in that season. Holly probably, that would just be more of a reason for Holly to vote someone out. She probably would do like she's not really prone to like emotional.
Okay. All right. Well, this was great to hear about all this, but let's get back to the game. All right. So we have 7 questions to the women on the panel. And so your job is to match their answer, what they predicted would be said. Okay, Akiva, what was question number 1?
Question 1 was if your partner was on a Survivor tribe, which tribe would they be on? Brains, brawn, or beauty?
Okay, so Chris, we want the answer that Holly predicted you would say.
About her.
Yeah, so if Holly was to be cast on Survivor Brains versus Brawn versus Beauty, what tribe would she be on?
Not Braun. A little conceited. But she also thinks she's smart. I think she would have said she'd be on the Beauty tribe.
Akiva.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. She said Brains.
It was close. She definitely had a debate about which one she picked, though.
Okay.
I picked the second place one. That's not so bad.
Okay. All right, let's go to Colin. Colin, are you a Survivor fan?
Yeah. So I used to watch it back when it first started with my family, and then I kind of dropped off for a few
Same.
years, and Kelly got me back into it.
Okay. All right. So, Colin, if Kelly was going to be cast on Survivor, Brains versus Brawn versus Beauty, what tribe would she be on?
I'm pretty sure she would say Brawn.
That is correct. All right. Colin and Kelly looking
Could be
good.
wedding bells in
Do
there.
you
for
agree,
too.
though?
One step closer to the altar.
Okay.
All right. So that was easy. Akiva, are you able to give us
Yeah.
question number 2?
I am. Let's start with Chris this time. We're gonna have to explain this question a little bit, but Chris, who? Actually, you have to explain it because I don't. The who does who think here is tricky.
Okay, the king
With
of the
mats.
okay, the king
Yeah.
of the mat. Okay, that I just need to have my memory
Okay,
jogged.
got it. Got it.
Okay, Colin, who, according to who does Kelly think is king of the mats?
Who does Kelly think is king of the mats?
Yes,
We may need to explain it for both gentlemen.
the king of all people named Matt or Matthew.
Yeah, I
What
know the
what
concept.
famous Matt is the king of all mats to Kelly?
I am going to go out on a limb here. I don't think we've ever talked about this, even when she listened to that podcast. But I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say Matt Damon.
Akiva?
Did she say Matt Damon? She in fact did.
Okay.
Good job.
2. All right. Chris, who does Holly think is king of the mats?
We have definitely never discussed this. I do think she's seen some of the movies with him, so I'm going to say McConaughey.
Wow.
Okay.
Staying alive.
So
All right.
impressed.
Yes. All right. Maybe this is going to be a rekindled romance. All right. So, so simpatico. Okay. Akiva, what was question number 3?
About ghosts.
Okay. All right. So let's go back to Holly. Is it cheating with a ghost? Well, how did I ask that? Did I ask it? Does Chris think does Holly think it is, or does Holly think that Chris thinks it is?
I think you asked me, would Chris think it was cheating?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Chris, is it cheating to have a consensual affair with a ghost? I will say a consensual relationship with a ghost.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Akiva?
She said not cheating.
Okay. How do you feel, Chris? Do you think you say no, not big deal?
No, I said yes, it is cheating because it's like a mentality thing, I guess. But also it's like very odd. I'd be more just thrown if that would if I found that out. That almost to the point where I'd have to think it was cheating.
You'd almost be impressed if you found that out.
Yeah, like kind of impressed, but almost like thrown so much that I'm like, this feels like it's cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bummer.
All right. Colin, what did Kelly say about is it cheating if it's with a ghost?
Well, so famously, for any listeners of Kelly and Megan's podcast, this has been talked about many, many, many times, and I had a soundbite on the podcast specifically answering this question, where I said it is not cheating if there's no emotional attachment.
Okay, Akiva?
Yeah, that may have been a ringer question where they.
Yeah.
Unfair.
Okay.
I feel bad. That's like an unfair question. We talk about this constantly.
Literally
All
every
right.
week on their podcast.
And that was submitted by Megan, the person who was referencing. So.
Okay. Megan really wants to make sure this wedding goes off without a hitch. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
She's not here. Notice
Not
Megan
here.
supposed to be the bridesmaid. She's on a houseboat. I don't know what that is. It seems like a Canada thing. But she's on a houseboat.
Okay. Akiva, what was question number 4?
Spice Girls.
All right. For Colin, what Spice Girl would Kelly be?
Oh no. This is where the wheels might come off. I'm gonna go with Sporty.
Sporty. Akiva?
That is incorrect. I won't say who she said to not give a hint for the
Okay. All right,
next
Chris.
answer.
What Spice Girl would Holly be?
Needs a steal here.
To make up some ground.
Do I get a multiple choice option if I don't know?
No.
I feel like it's a cop out to say sporty, but that's my answer.
Sorry, I think you should have stuck with your gut.
I knew he didn't know him.
That's bad luck because if they had gotten asked that question first, he might have said, "I don't know the name of a Spice Girl," and that was her answer.
So Holly said he won't know the names of any Spice
almost
Girls.
said I didn't know the names. Damn.
Should we be discussing this more, like in all relationships? Should this be like one of the first questions that we talk about, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Or also just finding out if they know what the Spice Girls are.
Yeah, that is an icebreaker. To find
I
out.
think
What's
I know
the
them.
score update?
It's 3-1 Kelly and Colin versus Holly and Chris.
Okay, so Kelly and
They
Colin
need a big W here.
Yeah, that they could clinch.
They could wrap it up here.
All right. Akiva, what was question number 5?
Question number 5 is who would be the ideal third wheel in your relationship, according to the ASCII, according to Kelly and Holly.
Yeah, Chris, who do you think Holly would want as the ideal celebrity third wheel in your relationship? Celebrity third wheel.
I feel like her obsession with Halsey would make her select Halsey.
Akiva?
Yeah, he was a little tentative, but he is correct.
Yes.
You nailed it.
Her face is literally right behind me on her.
Yes, the people in the
right.
chat have pointed out that the Halsey is in the background.
I will
behind her.
volunteer and say I did not see it. I did.
All right. All right.
I wouldn't recognize it. I know, like her music, I wouldn't have recognized her face.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Akiva is face blind and listens to an album a week, so that does track. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So, Colin, looking for the celebrity that Kelly would want as the celebrity third wheel.
Can I butt in for something? Someone in the chat said my wife just said Rob is the celebrity third wheel in our relationship.
Yes. Okay.
I'll keep them anonymous.
Thank you, Tommy. Oh, sorry. All right.
Okay. So I will say that the answer I was going to give changed after the first asking of the question didn't specify celebrity, but that changed the answer.
Well, you had was it the guy at the grocery store before that?
Well, if the question was just who is the ideal third wheel, I think she would have said Megan, because Megan's basically been the
okay.
third wheel of our
Her best friend
relationship
Megan.
the whole
Okay,
time.
that's fair. That's fair. Megan, by the way, is in the chat. She says she's going to a cottage or has some other weird Canadian thing like a houseboat.
But in terms of celebrity, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say she was probably a little bit selfish in picking. So I'm gonna go with who I think her celeb crush pick would be, and I'm gonna go with Oscar Isaac.
Oh, nailed it! All right, they're both doing pretty well.
Your crush. I was
Yes.
almost so kind and said your celebrity crush.
Yes.
Who would that have been? Who would that have been?
Yes. Halsey?
Allison Brie.
Allison Brie and Holly. Who do you think Chris's would have been?
I don't know. Probably like Megan Fox.
That was literally
Okay.
Was that it? Was that right?
I was literally scrolling through her Instagram while I was.
Wow.
Not even
All
kidding.
right.
I think it might still be up.
Okay.
Wait, is it who? Megan Fox. She's with Machine Gun Kelly right now.
Yes, who is also another one of my celebrity crushes.
Chris, you got the
so-
same like
Wow.
look. You
You
could
bring them
take her.
both
You could
in.
take her away from Machine Gun Kelly.
All right, Akiva, that was 4 points now for Colin and Kelly, no?
Well, but it's 4-2. They haven't clinched the win yet.
Ah.
They have
okay.
to. They haven't clinched the win because there's 2 more questions.
Okay.
They can
All
clinch
right.
it here.
I thought this was like a series, 1st to 4. Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't think about the fact that they could both, in theory, win every point.
Okay. All right. So then let's go
Wait,
to
can
question.
but someone said if I was in a relationship, speaking about third wheels, if I had a relationship, it would be Mike Bloom.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
Happy
Mike
anniversary to Mike Bloom
Yeah.
as well, by the way.
Man whore
Bloom.
Mike.
Someone's
Okay.
got your someone's got her number. Okay.
Okay. All right. Question number 6, Akiva,
Mm-hmm.
was what?
Oh, astrological.
Okay. All right. So let's go back to Colin. Colin, what is Kelly's astrological sign?
She's a Leo.
I think we got
Oh,
a
boy.
wedding.
Yeah, I think we will have a wedding. Let's play out the rest of the game.
Okay.
Should only take
All
a
right.
minute, but yes.
All right,
we
Chris,
have a winner.
Yeah, what is Holly's astrological sign?
I'm gonna go back to my gut and say I don't know the signs. I don't know.
Do you know? Could you name any of the 12?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Okay, that's good. Is she one?
No.
No.
No, I think she.
Okay.
Do you know her birthday?
I was just say, when's my birthday, Chris?
Pisces.
Pisces. Okay.
I'm a Pisces
Kiva?
rising though.
Pisces rising. She is a Virgo.
I'll go look at the calendar.
Okay. All right.
5
and
to
then,
2. Let's do the last one here.
All right. Last question, Akiva, was if you were to make a dating contract after 5 years, what's the number one complaint that you would have about your partner? Okay. Let's go with Colin.
Give me that back.
The number one complaint I have about her, or she has about me?
Yes. No, she would have that you would have about her.
Probably that she leaves laundry everywhere.
Leaves laundry everywhere. Akiva?
Nailed it.
Wow.
6 out of 7. Pretty good.
Guys.
Yes.
That's pretty good. This
It wasn't
could be meant
the,
to be.
it wasn't the dog voices.
She did mention something about weird voices that
She
talks
does
to
do
the
a lot
dog
of
in.
like baby talk to the dog. That is a little
Oh,
weird,
you
but
didn't say baby talk to the dog.
That's pretty bad.
A lot of all the different kinds
Mhm.
of talk.
You still have time to reconsider if she
Okay.
does baby talk to the-
All right. And then for Chris, what would be your number one complaint about Holly?
You could say she's perfect if you don't have any.
I'm trying to think of what she would say. I would say.
Yeah, it's like a poker game here.
Yeah.
You got to think what the other person thinks that you
Um,
thought.
Yeah. I don't know. I would say like quick to react.
Quick to react.
Quick to react. That is not accurate. She said
Yeah.
drinks too much.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Well,
I'm-
Holly and Chris.
Chris wasn't going to say that in public. He's a classic guy.
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
You're good, Holly.
I exposed myself. It's fine.
Throw a few back.
So, Holly, this reconnecting with Chris here on the podcast after now you've gotten a couple of questions right. Is there any hope here for rekindling?
No, that ship has sailed for us. We are still good friends though, so we talk,
Oh,
here and there. And
okay.
so
Yeah.
but no relationship on the horizon for us.
Please.
Yes.
Please don't ask me the same question.
All right. What will you have a different answer, Chris?
Same answer.
All right. Akiva, maybe this could be like the new Jerry and Elaine.
Oh, Holly and Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them. Holly's great. Holly's I'm on her Twitter profile. It says, if anyone from CBS ever sees this, cast me on Survivor. Thank you.
Hey, shoot or
She'd be
shoot.
good on
You
Survivor.
never know.
Yeah.
You just got to put it out there.
Chris, do you have Bumble prompts?
I don't. Not off the
Okay.
top of my head.
Not top of your head.
I've used it in the past.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did it work
Only-
out or no?
I'm super single still.
Okay.
We'll leave the Bumble stuff to Henry.
Okay.
Oh, Henry, that was the guy's name.
Henry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Henry.
Okay. All right. Akiva, anything else for Holly or for Chris?
No, there's such great sports for coming on. This got to be extremely weird. I know everyone's like in wedding clothes and on a podcast you might not know about, and you guys were very good sports and played along, and I really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I loved it. Thank you for having me back. And also congrats to Colin and Kelly. You guys are clearly meant to be, and I'm very excited for you.
Mhm.
Yes.
6 out of 7, baby.
All right. Great job, Holly and Chris. All right. Kelly, do you think it's time for Colin to take his blindfold off?
Yeah, maybe. I think he's pretty uncomfortable.
Okay, let him take his blindfold.
He also wears glasses, so I think he's actually not. able to
Yes.
see.
Oh,
Wow.
yes. Take a look at your beautiful bride. How are you feeling, Colin?
I'm feeling overwhelmed, also very warm because I've had something on my face for an hour.
Yeah, I would get sleepy, Akiva, if I had a blindfold on.
Yeah, I mean, I get sleepy without a blindfold, so I agree. I would be out cold at this point. That would be funny to fall. You think anyone's ever fallen asleep during their own wedding?
Probably somebody that has narcolepsy.
I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I could see it. Definitely during the reception, people get too drunk and stuff.
Oh yeah, I did. Probably somebody definitely got too drunk before a wedding and then like passed out like
At
just
their
on
own wedding,
face.
that's rough.
I'm sure it's happened. No.
It's definitely
It's definitely happened in like the history of humankind for sure.
Yes. Okay. Akiva, as the master of ceremonies, what's next?
All right, I think we're gonna do the wedding.
Okay. All right. Do we need to set anything else up?
Well, we don't have. Let's. Should we speak to their parents, see what they think about this day for a second?
Sure.
If Sam could invite in the parents, you could let them know who they are.
Yes, Sherry White
Mhm.
and the church.
We should have guessed their mom's name, honestly.
Yeah, Sherry
would've been a
White in
fun
the
bit.
church. Yes. Okay.
That's like a good gospel band. Sherry White in the church.
Okay.
And do
yes.
you know what, Rob?
Yes.
People have been pointing out I do not have exposed brick. I just have bookshelves and stuff in back of me.
Mhm.
But I do see some exposed brick because we hired a wedding band. That wedding band is Will from America.
Woo!
Will
and
from
he's
America
here.
is here. Yes. Okay. So what are we listening to music? Are we talking to parents right now? What's
well, I'm
happening?
just letting you know that he's here while we get the parents on board. He's gonna
Okay.
he could provide some musical accompaniment.
Yes.
We have the Knox Presbyterian Church in the house. That is Colin's mom.
Colin's mom. How are you?
We guess her name.
Good. My name's Maureen.
I was gonna
Maureen.
guess Gloria.
On my work Zoom. That's
That's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. So, Maureen, how are you doing on this wonderful day?
good. It's very bizarre, but it's good.
Yes.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's
Yes.
most of our iTunes reviews say that.
Yes.
That's the good part.
Okay. Would you be more comfortable if your son was getting married on a more religious podcast?
No, the
Okay.
church is a fake thing.
Okay.
It's
I
my
didn't say it.
job. It's
Yeah.
not my life.
Okay. Got it.
It's a fake thing.
Got it. Got
She
it.
said it. We didn't say it. Now, I did have a bit. I wanted to do an NGOG. Ali hasn't done it yet, where we submit ourselves instead of TV into Judaism, and we become like the #1 Judaism podcast. So we could be like.
Are there a
religious
lot
podcast.
of Judaism
Yeah, I'm
podcasts?
sure there's a lot now. Yeah, 2021, post-pandemic, there's probably a lot.
Yeah. Are we
Why
gonna
not?
go and break into song about Judaism podcasts?
If he's got like an improv,
podcasts. How many could there be?
there's got to be a lot. But the point is, I think we
there's
could get
probably a
up to the
lot.
top few. We could get to top 5. I feel like if we get like a big subscription, like everyone subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe to NGOG.
Mhm.
Yeah. Do we? All right. We have Sherry White here also. Now, Kelly has warned that she is not that as tech savvy as some people. I will also say, like, if you're like her brother or her dad, and you're calling in the house and you're saying like Kelly, Sherry, it sounds very similar. That is a good way to pick kids' names if you're like out there listening and you don't have any kids yet. Because my name is
Yeah.
Akiva and my daughter's name is Adira, and I never know who's getting called.
But okay, so you're giving this free advice, but you're saying that you didn't follow it yourself.
I did not follow it, but now I realize as a person who
I
has
don't
to
think
deal with
Kelly
it.
and Sherry sound that similar.
But imagine your wife's calling from another room. Is she saying Kelly or Sherry? You'll never know. You're just hearing the last syllable.
I don't know, Kelly. That did you ever have an issue where somebody's calling Sherry and you think they're saying Kelly?
Absolutely not.
This has never happened before.
Never happened.
Never
Okay.
happened. Never
Okay.
happened.
Oh, Sherry, you're on the line.
I am on the line.
Okay. All right,
Kelly was named for Kelly Gruber.
Kelly
Oh.
Gruber.
Yeah.
You know Kelly Gruber, Rob, the third baseman for the World Series winning Toronto Blue Jays?
No, I did not. Now
That
I
is-
do.
So you must have been born like, well, I guess we know exactly how old she is because nobody would have named their kid after Kelly Gruber in like 89 or like 94, right? You have to be born in about 93, right?
92.
92?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the first of the back-to-back World
Ah,
Series.
the first one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So yeah, you could have been Colin marrying like John Olerud White today.
Would be less
Amazing.
appealing, I think.
Yes. Okay.
Wow.
Sherry, how do you feel about all this?
I think it's
And I said
awesome.
Sherry. Sherry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sherry. I think it's awesome. I'm super excited for them. It's like everybody else, but that's been in this situation. It's been a long few years, so
Okay.
super excited.
And Sherry,
So thank you for doing this. Thank you for inviting us. And yeah, let's
You
go
got it.
get this done.
okay, what you have somewhere else to go?
No, I'm excited.
Oh, excited. And Sherry, you and Maureen, that you've become friends also?
Yeah. Hi, Maureen.
Hi, Sherry. Yeah, we're great. Yeah, we're friends. We can hardly
Always,
till everything opens up and we can go out to the lunch.
for sure.
Where will you
Okay.
go?
Patio.
Patio.
Patio. Anywhere that serves beer, my friend.
That is
Okay.
right. Anywhere that serves beer.
And
Okay.
chicken fingers and fries.
Wow. Okay. Got the whole meal
The-
planned.
It's all my mommy. It's for the record. Her favorite food is chicken fingers.
Kelly, does your job know this is happening today?
I did tell. I just started a new job like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, shout out New
Oh.
Hydration. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
still a sponsor. Kelly, don't ruin my relationship with them.
no, you're good. You'll be good. I left on very good terms, but I work at a startup now, so there's only 3 employees, and
Oh, okay.
I kind of did tell our CEO,
Mhm.
and he was very confused but intrigued. And I told him.
Are
I
you
would
like
come
the
to-
second ranking person out of 3 or the third?
I think I'm like tied for second.
Second. Okay.
All right.
Not so bad.
So Akiva, all right. Well, now that we have our parental guardians here, what should we do next? Hold on. Did you
I think
mute?
we should.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I think we should call up like the best man and bridesmaid, see what they have going on.
Okay. That I'm rolling with the punches here.
All right, so
let's if we have a best man and a bridesmaid,
Mm-hmm.
let's bring
Let's
them
call
in.
up. First, let's call up the bridesmaid, Kirsten McGinnis. who I
Okay,
think
Kirsten
is here.
McInnes is a bridesmaid here.
Yeah, and maybe the best man if he's around. Chappelle, as people.
Oh,
have been calling him.
Chappelle is in a tuxedo. Wow. Okay. Wow. So first, welcome the best man, Chappelle.
Hi there. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Chappelle, have you ever
Everybody
been the best man in a wedding before?
Sadly, no. This is my first one.
Oh, really? Have you ever been in a wedding party?
Several times.
Okay, so you're like a lot of people's number 2 or 3 or 4, but you never got that number 1 slot.
Yeah.
you want me on the dais for sure. You want me in the mix. You just don't want me doing a lot of the important speeches.
Well,
but luckily, Colin
yeah.
is here for that. Yeah.
And Chappelle, you own a tuxedo.
This is not a tuxedo. It is a suit and a bow tie.
Suit and a
A
bow
suit and
tie.
a bow tie.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. What's the difference between a tuxedo and a suit and a bow tie?
It's a good
Hey, don't
question.
get listen. I don't
Suspenders?
know. That's yeah.
Okay.
Right.
What is the difference?
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I bet
It's
one
a
of the
suit.
moms know.
Yeah.
Kelly or Colin's mom. You know the difference? Seems
Maureen,
something a
do you
mom
know?
would
The price.
The price.
Okay.
Yeah, ready
There
for
we go.
podcasts.
There
Yeah.
we go.
There you
Put it
go.
on the wheel.
Yes. And Kirsten, how are you?
I'm amazing, Rob. I'm so excited to be here. I love weddings. There's many weddings that have been missed due to COVID. And so I'm just happy to be here to support Colin and Kelly.
Okay.
Kirsten asked me before, she's like, what's the color of the wedding? So I'm like, well, I
Yeah,
obviously don't know that question. So I asked Kelly, she's like, yeah, there is no color. I don't know. So Kelly's the laid back bride. That's why we're doing this on a podcast.
Mhm.
Yeah, least bridezilla ever. Kelly, I'm just sorry that I didn't know sooner. I could have thrown you a bachelorette party on the RHAP Grams Instagram. I
Well, I
kind
believe
of got a
the-
you up text for this bridesmaid
Yeah.
gig.
Was there already a
Same.
bachelorette party?
There was a bachelorette party last year.
Right before
Wow.
COVID.
Right
You might have to
before
have a new
COVID
one.
happened.
Probably half those
wait,
people
hold on.
aren't even.
Is this a sore subject for Colin? We don't have to talk about this.
No, it's fine.
I'm
Well,
offended I
hold-
didn't get to
The-
throw
the-
Colin a
the-
bachelor party.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. Probably by the time you get married in 2022, half those people are not going to be your friends anymore. You haven't seen them in 3 years. You start a new job. So you might have to have like a whole new crew with a new bachelor party, Kelly and Colin.
And you have a perfect candidate to, organize that bachelor party.
There you
Colin,
go.
I think Tommy Guam, myself, we can get something going.
Yeah. I heard Sam Moore is a
It would be
bachelor
awesome.
party coordinator expert.
He's a big bad. I could see him being very good with the logistics for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. He with booking the venue, and that's about it.
Mhm.
That's about it.
Boy, I can't get over Chappelle in the suit and the bow tie. You look like
Mhm.
you're like ready to just be like on like a Comedy Central roast. Like
know-
Yeah. Well,
I-
it's a suit and a bow tie from the cummerbund up. everything below is naked. So
Oh yeah,
know
Rob,
that
you're
I'm still
not wearing
comfortable.
suit pants, are you, Rob?
Oh yeah, I certainly am.
I'm wearing like old and one shorts under this suit.
I don't have shorts. I have socks.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Fair
Just
enough.
don't drop
Okay.
the computer.
Such
All
a
right.
special
So
day.
usually the best man and the maid of honor give some sort of a toast
Yes,
at the
please.
wedding.
Ladies first.
Oh, of course. Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you, first of all, everyone who is here today for the wedding of Colin and Kelly, our good friends. It has been a long road for this wedding. This is, I believe, the third date for this wedding. So if you've been invited to this wedding 3 times, props to you. Thank you for being here. I am kind of new to the game. I don't know Colin or Kelly all that well, but
All Canadians knew each other.
that is true. We are Canadian and we have that bond. So I'm sad I don't have any embarrassing stories about Kelly to be.
Well, I have
up
one if you
here.
want it for next time.
Well, thanks for preparing me, Akiva. Okay, anyway, sorry. Back, get out of here, Akiva. Okay.
Mute.
They say love is patient, love is kind. And I think that Colin and Kelly clearly have these attributes. They know each other. They love each other. They've made it through this pandemic intact, which is an accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
And I can just see how much they love each other. And everyone, just please join me in toasting the happy couple. It's Colin and Kelly. I don't have a drink.
To Colin and Kelly.
Yes. You're here.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Beautiful toast, Kirsten.
Yeah,
Okay, and
thank you.
Chappelle.
Oh wow, I don't know how I can follow that up. Such a good, wonderful toast from the maid of honor. Thank you so much, Kirsten. Colin, Kelly. Some of us thought we'd never see this day. I mean, imagine that. Some of us just not thinking that we would even be in attendance for something like this, but look at how things work out. Everything worked out for the best. It's been a long time coming. I'm so happy to see the love that you two shared and are sharing with us on this podcast. Oh, Kelly, you're in for a long one with this Colin guy. I mean, the stories I could tell. That's probably for another time, though. Probably for another time. We don't want to expose anything, but Colin, you did good. You did good. I'm proud of you. I'm very happy. I'm happy your parents could be here. Rob, Akiva, Will, thank you so much. You guys, this is a good one. I'm glad we all could be a part of this RAANAP wedding. Let's give a cheers to the happy couple here, you guys.
Yes.
Yes. Cheers.
Well said. Thank you, Chappelle.
Yes, of
Beautiful.
course.
Beautiful. Yes. Okay. Akiva, are we ready to get to the ceremony?
Yes. Okay. So we have a very special vows writer for the ceremony. I think they each wanted to say vows to each other, so we found the best in the business to write their vows.
Yes. Okay.
And that is the RAANAP bot himself. Or her. I mean, the RAANAP bot is really not a he, I don't think. Right?
Please don't ruin this wedding by gendering people, okay? Like, it's okay.
Because in theory, it's it's certainly
It's a robot.
It's a robot. Picture of a woman in the in the thing. But who would like to go first? I think we should hear from Colin. Do you have your vows?
Okay. Did either of you read these beforehand to prepare? You going in blind?
I gave him
like
a skim
Colin
through.
was. Yeah.
I sent him because
Okay.
I didn't want to, stumble over the words too much, so I had to go through them once.
He doesn't
Okay.
want to get teary-eyed.
Hold on.
He's like,
Should we, Kelly? Could you quickly just explain the RAANAP bot for Maureen and Sherry?
Yeah, please.
Of
That's a good idea.
course. So there's a bot on Twitter that tweets out mainly gibberish, but occasionally it tweets out some genius, all based on this podcast. I think that's the simplest explanation I can give.
I don't think my mom would even get bot on Twitter. Like, I don't think that would even help her,
Okay.
It's the best I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Can't wait.
Are there other mom's big podcast listeners? I don't mean this one, of course, but are either of you podcast listeners?
I listen to Kellyanne and Megan.
What a
good
mom.
answer. Good answer.
What a mom. My mom doesn't listen.
Yes.
Nope.
Okay. What about Maureen? Any podcasts?
No, not really. I'm more visual than audio, so
And that's why you're on Zoom.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, what do we got, Callan?
Okay. Need to make sure I look at her for this.
Very romantic.
Get both you in the shot.
Today, surrounded by people who love us, albeit not as much as you would like, and filled with almost wild longing for what we're missing, you do what you always do. You put on the latest episode of RAANAP. I choose you to be my wife because what else would I be doing? Because you are a professional and know exactly what to do with your time. Plus, you're shorter than most people, so I don't think you'd take long to get used to. Plus, you're definitely hot. I promise to let your voice I promise to be your voice behind the wheel, be it on a petition idea or whatever else you need to get started. I promise I'll never use the word corny in my life. Lol. I promise to be your personal coffee maven. I vow to spend the rest of my time building the cast of RAANAP and sharing the most interesting and silly happenings that I find while listening.
Wow.
I vow to dedicate myself to the training of my ninja-esque ninja swordsman. I vow to myself I won't ever mention this podcast again in sickness.
Oh, I believe that. I believe
For
that.
richer or poorer, as long as we aren't violating your privacy.
Wow, there's a lot to unpack
Is that
there.
terms of service at the end?
Yeah, the RAANAP bot really went all
Please
out
click
there.
accept.
Thank you, Dr. Amanda.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't even know how the RAANAP bot came up with this.
I have
All right.
no idea, but I just ask, Schiffman and Dr. Amanda, and it appears.
Yes. Okay.
I just need a minute to get a Kleenex. Hold on.
Yes.
People are saying
That's
this
Sherry.
is beautiful.
Yes.
Someone said Chappelle looks like the next James Bond.
Oh.
That's pretty cool. I famously never seen James Bond. There was a great quote before. I didn't say because my kids were in the room, but Daquan came in and he said, I just turned on the Zoom and they're talking about having sex with ghosts.
Mhm.
So.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
By the way, Colin, what are you drinking?
Shout out to Noon. It's a little warm in here, so I'm hydrating before the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it looked like some raspberry pink lemonade.
I believe it's actually watermelon, but similar color.
Okay. All right, close, but no cigar. Okay. Now, Kelly, it's Kelly, not Sherry. Kelly, do you have vows for Colin?
Of course. I hope you're right. I'll grab your hand to be more romantic. Today, surrounded by people who love us, we hope that a little bit of good can come from this week's madness. I promise to choose you, the most bay-worthy man in the world, in the most embarrassing way possible. I choose you to be my husband, and I promise I'll make sure you have the best week ever.
Oh.
Rob typically responds by smiling and saying, perfect.
Perfect.
I vow to never look at TikTok again. I vow to one day make the back of my hand into a candy can. Sorry,
The
I don't know
back
how
of your
I can
hand into a
physically do
what? A
that.
candy cane?
A candy can.
Candy
know what that
can?
is.
I think he meant. I think they meant candy cane. I don't know. I don't know what that is.
I don't know. That might be something new.
We just made
Candy
it up.
can.
Like a
I put
can
it
of
on the
candy that you put
Mhm.
like all your candy on the back of your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Classic thing to put in the vows. I vow to review this feedback regularly and work to improve the overall experience for the listeners.
Oh, that's important.
Thank you.
I promise I will make a fruit salad for every guest.
Wow.
All right.
You heard it here.
Congratulations.
talk.
everyone.
Maureen, get ready for that fruit salad.
I promise that if we're ever successful, I'll be the one pushing the rebranding button.
Mm-hmm.
That's ideally what you want to do as soon as you become successful.
Yeah, rebrand, baby. That's when we're the lads of Long Island.
I promise to be your best friend and will always be there to cheer you on in sickness and health, for richer or poorer, as long as we agree on one thing. Cats are gross.
Okay.
Sorry, Cam. So beautiful.
Sorry you have
So
to hear that,
beautiful.
Kirsten. Yes.
Misty-eyed.
Okay.
It just hurts. It's fine.
Is that
Okay,
it?
we have a
Yeah,
cat.
cats
as
are
well.
gross. How could you not end on that?
Agree on
Cats are
one
gross.
thing. Cats are gross.
All right.
Okay. Wow. The RAANAP bot actually
That
really stepped up
came
to the
through.
plate.
Oh yeah, a great job by the RAANAP bot there.
Beautiful.
All right, Will.
Beautiful.
What do we got? Why don't we do this ceremony now? Why don't we bring Colin up to the plate?
All right. Do you want me to start playing?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's go.
Name that tune. What do you think this is, Rob?
This is very Canadian. It's great. Keep walking.
I don't know.
This is Colin walking down the aisle?
This is Colin walking down the aisle.
Okay. I wasn't sure if lyrics were starting.
What song is this?
It's a song by the Canadian band Arkells.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to have them for the wedding, but I don't think they responded.
Okay.
Yeah, they big timed us.
Kirsten says, I can't wait for Lindsay Wilson to interview me for the oral history of this wedding.
And now he's up at the altar.
Great job.
Beautiful, Will.
Beautiful.
What
Okay.
do we got for Kelly?
All right, Kelly.
I'm crawling like a dinosaur would, perhaps.
The Jurassic Park theme song. Like every
It's a
bride
classic.
wants to walk up to. This is a John Williams joint.
Mm-hmm.
Tears in the eyes.
Right.
You ever watch Jurassic Park or too scary, Akiva?
No, I saw it. I saw it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was once
Sci-fi.
watching with my friends, and my friend's nanny said I couldn't watch it until I finished my dinner, and I like really didn't like the dinner, so I was just like, it was like a real standoff. I didn't know what to do. I think I just threw it out when she wasn't looking.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful,
Oh my
Will.
gosh.
I think
Yes.
this is a really good new tradition where while someone's walking up to the altar, one of the people officiating tells stories.
There's
And
just
it's-
guys.
That's
chirping
normally what I do
Yeah.
in the
I
Yeah.
really like that.
in the audience. I am like gambling on how many people are going to walk down, how long the ceremony is going to take, famously. So like, I am usually being rude and loud. I was standing right in front last week when my wife's brother got married. It was annoying. I couldn't like make any snide comments or
Yeah, I hate
like
that.
really do anything. It was very annoying.
Yeah.
And it's also you're on camera if you're that close up.
All right. Are we ready to
Yeah.
begin our ceremony?
Yeah, hit it, Rob.
Okay. Everyone, we are gathered here today to witness the union of Kelly and Colin. Welcome, friends and family. We're so glad to have you here with us. You know, today is the beginning of a remarkable journey for this couple. Drawing on their mutual admiration, respect, and trust, they're ready to embark on the next chapter of their lives. We celebrate the love and light evident in this relationship, and we wish them well on this joyous occasion. Who is here to give the bride away today?
That would be me, Sherry White.
Okay. If anyone has cause to object to the forming of this union, please speak now or forever. Hold your peace. Is that
That would've been
feedback?
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was just
Okay.
yeah. Imagine if like
You don't think
who
that was
would
the
it be?
sign, right?
I don't think it was the sign. I wonder who.
Will,
would it
you're
be?
good?
I'm good.
Okay.
You object to this wedding, Mayor? No, she doesn't care.
Okay.
I wouldn't object to some dinner.
Welcome to Akiva's divorce.
Zing.
There are few greater joys in life than finding someone with which we truly click. Did Akiva fall off the chair? You okay?
He
I'm all right.
deserves to fall out of his chair for that.
His own joke killed him.
I think I like lost consciousness there for a second. Listen, I haven't eaten in like 30 hours and I'm wearing a suit. It's hot.
I will
Alright, I'm
now
okay.
share a short reading about soulmates from the author Richard Bach. A soulmate is someone who has locks that fit our keys and keys to fit our locks. When we feel safe enough to open the locks, our truest selves step out and we can be completely and honestly who we are. We can be loved for who we are and not for who we're pretending to be. Each unveils the best part of each other, no matter what else goes wrong about us. With that one person, we're safe in our own paradise. Our soulmate is someone who shares our deepest longings, our sense of direction. When we're two balloons and together our direction is up, chances are we found the right person. Our soulmate is the one who makes life come to life. Under the eyes of the universe, together we'll take a moment to acknowledge the seriousness of the commitment being entered into today. And with great joy, we also recognize the special bond shared by Kelly and Colin. Love is the soil from which life itself grows, as Carl Sagan famously wrote. The world is so exquisite with so much love and moral depth. We should remain grateful every day, but for the brief but magnificent opportunity that life provides. The sum of all of our evolution, our thinking, and our accomplishments is love. Kelly and Colin, you've already shared beautiful vows written by the RAANAP bot. It's time to join hands. Kelly, before your friends and family and listeners of Rob as a Podcast, do you take Colin as your beloved husband to have and to hold through the laughter and the sadness, through challenges and successes, so long as both of you shall live?
I do.
Colin, before your family and friends and listeners of this podcast and Akiva's family, do you take Kelly as your beloved wife to have and to hold through laughter and sadness, through challenges and successes, so long as you both shall live?
I do.
Wedding rings are a traditional symbol of the bond between two soulmates. The bond is never broken and continues in perpetual circle, like the RAANAP wheel, glowing with the warmth and eternal light of two souls in a perfect union. By wearing these rings, you are reminded of the connection you share and the vows you made today. Please repeat after me. I, Kelly, present you, Colin, with this ring as a symbol of our everlasting love.
With this ring as a symbol of our everlasting love.
Let it never lose its luster.
Oh, let it never lose its luster.
Just as my love for you will never fade.
Wow, just as my love for you will never fade.
I, Colin, present you, Kelly.
I, Colin, present you, Kelly.
With this ring as a symbol of our everlasting love.
With this ring, a symbol of our everlasting love.
Let it never lose its luster.
Let it never lose its luster.
Just as my love for you will never fade.
Just as my love for you will never fade.
And
Wow.
Kelly and Colin, by the power invested in me by the International Podcasting Academy, and under the eyes of the universe and the listeners of Rob's podcast, I now pronounce you man and wife. Colin, you may now kiss the bride.
Yeah, woo!
Yes!
Wow.
Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Kelly and Colin for the first time as married people on a podcast. Yes, there's the ring.
Thank you, Noam, with the ring.
Yes.
Oh, you both have rings?
Yes. All of Akiva's kids are coming out with rings.
Mhm.
It's beautiful.
Yes, it is 9:30 at night, so it's beautiful to you, less beautiful to me, but whatever.
Yes. Sherry, how are you doing?
I'm just reaching for more Kleenex here, Rob.
Yes. Maureen?
Well,
Thrilled. Absolutely thrilled.
Okay. Kelly and Colin, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, everybody. This has been the most beautiful ceremony of all time.
Yes.
Rob,
really
I
fun.
think we should do the traditional reading of the mailbag
Reading
now
of
at this
the
point
mailbag.
in the wedding ceremony.
Yes, I think that is a great suggestion.
Instead of like throwing out the garter, we're throwing out ideas. People don't do that garter
Yes,
thing
we're
anymore.
gonna throw out ideas. Okay. Colin and Kelly, that traditionally on a podcast wedding, the bride and the groom get the first mailbag suggestion.
Ooh, do you
Oh,
have
no.
anything good?
I should have prepared something.
Otherwise, we're gonna go to Noam.
I don't have anything.
I don't think we have
Okay,
anything
it's okay.
today.
You're caught up in the moment. You're caught up in the moment.
There's so much love around us. We're just
Yes.
like,
Sherry, do you have any ideas for future spins of the wheel?
I'm sorry, Rob. I can't help you. I'll let you know.
Okay. Maureen, how about you? Do you have any ideas for the wheel?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a honeymoon.
Oh,
Whoa.
honeymoon podcast.
Now that's an
honeymoon.
idea.
How would that work? How would that work?
I don't know. You're the star. You figure it out.
Okay. All right. So, Chappelle, what do you think? That's a good idea for a podcast?
Do you think he's the alpha when you say he's the star? Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think this is a great idea.
Podcast honeymoon.
Mhm.
the
Where do you
camera
want to
rolling.
go? Where do you want to go, Kelly? Once Canada opens up in 2023. Where do you guys wanna go?
Spain.
Spain. Okay. I feel like you'd do that.
Mhm.
We were supposed to go
idea,
to
like-
We
Spain
were
last
supposed
year.
to go to Spain last year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Rob, you want to go to Spain?
Eh.
We did a day in
What's
Madrid.
in Spain? Yeah.
There was like a castle. Was that Madrid
Castle?
or Barcelona?
There's
Madrid.
a lot of architecture and like wine and tapas, like little plates of
Mhm.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like places with big plates of food. What country has like the most? I'm all about quantity.
I
Where's,
think
like, the
that's
biggest
America,
plates?
Keeve.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Come back.
Let's go to America. I am
Yeah.
coming back very soon. We're booking
Okay.
tickets.
All right. Podcast honeymoon. Will, let's put that in the waiting room.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
We'll workshop it.
We'll workshop that. Okay. Okay. Did any of the listeners send in, or should we take let some of the people in the
Let's
audience
let the
raise
people
their
here.
hand?
I have one good one. I have one good one or two good ones, but let's go to the listeners
Okay.
first. I could always.
But
save for
we
next
will
week.
only go to put it on the wheel if Kelly and Colin approve it because it's
I
their
agree.
day.
I agree.
Yes.
It is their
Oh,
day.
wow.
They have to do what they
Oh,
want.
so much power.
But what if we
Yes.
don't like it and they do?
Okay.
Too bad,
All right.
baby. Use your veto.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So raise your hand if you want to come on and you give us an idea. Kirsten, do you have an idea for the wheel?
Well, I just thought that the natural sequel to this is Akiva getting divorced on the podcast.
Yeah, someone said they
Mm.
object to my marriage after I made my object to dinner comment.
Yes.
It was a joke.
Yeah, Kirsten, I'm 3 episodes into Too Hot to Handle. It's been a wild ride.
Well, just wait. It is it's heating up even more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Chappelle, you have any suggestions for the wheel?
No, I think Sarah said that she wanted to see us wheel jam so that it can be a guest choice. We have so many amazing guests today. Let's see if the
Mhm.
moms have anything to
Well,
throw onto the wheel.
The other thing of note is that next week's episode is episode 138, which is 69 times 2,
Yes.
which would be back around for Dr. Mike.
Yes, I think he gets 138 spots on the wheel. We said so. I don't
But
think
wait,
anything else is
what's-
coming up.
What's the concept for Dr. Mike coming back on though?
I'll
Like,
keep
what are you
asking
doing?
questions. Ask Dr. Mike too. Ask him
Oh,
again.
Lord.
Dr.
Mhm.
I mean,
Mike, he could narrate the honeymoon, like the oral history of the.
Don't
You know,
give
he
him
did-
any
Mine.
ideas. Don't give him
Oh,
any
the oral
ideas.
history of the honeymoon.
Yeah.
I don't know if
As
we want
per
to give that to
Dr.
Dr.
As per
Mike.
Dr.
Yeah.
Mike.
I mean, do you think that should there be some a higher concept for Dr. Mike, or should we Dr. Mike watch something?
I don't really know. I feel like you've had over a year to decide what you would do with Dr. Mike when he comes back, and you said the same thing again is fine.
I mean, we liked it the first time. Sean says this is his first time ever attending a wedding while also pressure washing a fence.
Okay.
Hmm.
How's the fence looking?
Right. Only
We'll
the
find
first
out.
time. Grow
We'll
up.
Should
find out.
Dr. Mike like watch Sex Sent Me to the ER or something? Would that be
Mm.
interesting?
Oh, okay.
That's an idea.
That could be good.
Yeah. Is it season
Someone
3,
said it would be
episode 7?
It would be very fitting if it was guest choice this week when it's the bride and groom.
Oh yeah, even better.
Yeah. Is there something
anybody
in
el-
particular, Colin and Kelly, that you want to hear?
I'm sure Colin has a lot of
Colin, yeah.
things
What's
he-
your favorite idea that's on the wheel?
My favorite idea that's currently on the wheel, I don't know. My favorite episodes, shout out to Will, are the Song of the Summer episodes.
Wow.
Should we do the song of the summer again?
Yeah. I would feel bad for Will for that one. Yeah, I don't listen to every episode, but I listen to both of those. Big fan.
Someone says it's the first wedding they've ever been to. They're only down to
Oh.
go from here.
That's wild. Kelly, would
That
you
is wild.
form a guest choice alliance to get Jenny Autumn on the podcast next week?
Oh yeah, hell
She's not
yeah,
available.
that's the
She's not
move.
available.
No,
I spoke to her.
stop
I
it.
spoke
Oh,
to
right.
her.
She's on vacation. God.
She's on vacation. Everyone knows Jenny. This whole half the mailbag now is about Jenny Autumn's vacation schedule.
Yes.
Is there anybody who wants to raise their hand and come on and pitch an idea?
Yes. Akiva, do you have any suggestions from the listeners?
I do. Wait, why are you raising your hand, Noam?
Yes.
You don't
Oh,
have
let's
any-
hear
you don't
Noam's
have any
suggestion.
mailbag ideas. What's your idea? What's a mailbag? It's like when people give ideas about like what should be on the podcast. You want to think about it and get back to me?
Mike called the mailbag, but okay.
Oh, come say it. Come say it into the mic, but then you have to go away.
Okay.
What? What? Season 3, episode 7 of? Well, that's just the episode we watched.
Phineas and Ferb.
Phineas and Ferb.
I think we already did that. No?
I think we watched that already. That's how we know about it, because we watched it and then
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
Oh, watch the original Spider-Man. Yeah.
All right.
Bring Noam on for that.
So, all right. Let's see. We do have a hand raised. It's John. He has a suggestion for the wheel. All right. Let's see what John has to say. And then if anybody else in the audience has a suggestion, John, how are you?
Hey, I am good. Oh, by the way, congrats, Colin and Kelly.
Thanks,
Yes.
John.
John, did you get dressed up for the wedding?
Just my little best.
Is a vest on? Okay. All right. John, what's your idea for the mailbag?
How about Rob and Akiva, pimps out the content to hopefully improve their content? Like some people need like their Twitch stream to be improved and all that. And maybe, you can help out in finding a way to maybe pimp it out. Just think of it as like the Pimp My Ride for...
Yeah, okay, so we pimp my ride of people's Twitch streams. How would we do that, Akiva?
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm not sure how that would work. John, are you growing a playoff beard for your Tampa Bay Lightning, who are in the Stanley Cup Finals now?
Yeah, I haven't shaven like over a month and a half now. So
A month and a half?
Hey, as long as they're in the playoffs, I just throw out the beard or the razor.
Wow.
Oh, sorry about that, Rob, about your...
But if you do shave,
my beloved New York Islanders.
32 fans.
Yeah. I know, I'm still licking my wounds on that one, John. I don't know. Do we have enough people that have Twitch streams that would want us to pimp their content? Like, are we in any position to be pimping anybody's Twitch streams?
I think
Kirsten, you want us to pimp out your Twitch stream, give you some improvements?
Will it help me achieve Twitch partner? Because I could be on board.
I don't know.
That's the thing I want also. Like, I need help. Like,
but why don't we have any pull with Twitch partner?
I think John is presenting his Twitch to be pimped, and I think that John's Twitch channel is perfect as it is. And I think you need to love yourself more, John, and know that you don't need their help.
How does someone become a Twitch partner?
Just gotta be like this. Well, you gotta do like certain number of viewers, and then you gotta reach this much followers, and then like you gotta keep doing 1 days.
Maureen, will you check out that episode?
I think we put her to sleep.
I can try.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could do better than pimping a Twitch stream.
Okay.
Is anybody's hand raised? Because I have an idea from Megan the librarian.
Sure, and then we'll go to Sarah. All right. So yeah, all right, John. If we could come up with maybe some better ways to add to that, okay? All right. Thank you, John.
So Megan the librarian says her idea is part of what we talked about with RAANAP book club, and people would come on, and they would have there's 4 different types of people. Okay, someone who read a classic book and is telling the truth about the plot that they're explaining to us. Someone who read the classic book but is making up the plot. Someone who has not read the book and is making up a fake plot, or someone who is making up a book altogether. So there's 4 different types of people.
And then are we guessing which is which?
Yeah, we're guessing who they are. Are they a person who's read the book and it's real?
If Megan the librarian could ultimately come up with the roster of people for that, I think it would be a fun game to play.
That's the BS book club idea.
Can I make a suggestion for this?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Everyone be Harry Potter.
No, absolutely not. I think that if you have the books being chosen like true classics, then even if you've never read them, I think people will have an idea of what they're about already. I think you should go with from Reese Witherspoon's book club, because those are like pretty famous books, but if you see like the cover of Such a Fun Age, you're not going to necessarily know what it's about, and someone could make up a plot more convincingly. It'll make it harder for people to guess.
I totally hear what Kirsten's saying, but I think she's giving us too much credit, Rob. Do you know, could you name the plot of one Charles Dickens book? Not really,
A Christmas Carol.
You could do enough. You would be able to get enough out of Oliver Twist to get by and know what's obviously fake.
Mm-hmm.
let's see. Let's see what happens.
I mean, she's
I'm
a
okay with
librarian.
it.
She'll
Yeah.
figure it out. She'll figure out what we
She's
know. and
re-listened to
mostly
the whole
don't know.
podcast. She knows what we know and what we don't know.
Mostly we don't know. Like
Yeah.
even Shakespeare. Listen, I was an English major in college. I don't remember anything. You could make up 10 different Shakespeare plots. I wouldn't remember what's real, what's fake.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Sarah is here. She has a suggestion for the mailbag. Sarah, what do you have?
So last week you were talking about doing like a commentary to play over movies.
Oh, yes. Yes, we couldn't figure out the movie.
Yeah, I was thinking you could combine it with I think it was from the Clubhouse mailbag. You were talking about cult movies. I think
Yes.
a cult movie is the right call for that. And you were
Mhm.
trying to figure out like what the best cult movie was. My favorite cult movie is Rocky Horror Picture Show, and you guys watching that would be really funny, but I don't know how podcast appropriate.
Rocky Horror. Have you ever seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show, Rob?
No.
Neither have I.
Okay, there's an
Mhm.
option.
I
Chappelle, you- Chappelle, have you seen it?
Had a big reaction.
Are you guys
Well,
big
it's like
fans
the
of that?
most like
Yes.
famous kind of live movie watch along.
Okay.
And like you lived in the Valley in North Hollywood, had it every
Yeah.
weekend basically.
Don't
so
dox
it's
him.
like-
Yes.
Well,
So first that I know that Akiva doesn't like to do things that other people have already done. So I
Mhm.
feel like this is a turn off for him to say that lots of people have done this type of
Well,
thing
so
before.
to be clear, they haven't done like a track commentating on it. It's like a watch along where they sing songs along with the movie and do dance along with the movie. So this is actually completely different.
Do we
So
have
that-
to dance?
I mean, you should dance to the time warp. Yeah.
We should dance.
Which
we didn't even
with the
dance
weddings,
today, and it's a
actually, we should all
wedding.
be dancing to the time warp right now. That's like what you do at weddings.
I'm just
Mm.
so horrified that these.
Yeah,
people
I
have never
agree. And
seen
like
Rocky
honestly,
Horror.
the
Like,
fact that you
I
haven't seen it is
I'm
Okay.
thrown.
upsetting.
I mean that I know a guy who hasn't seen Rocky, and
Yeah.
he's a Sly Stallone stan,
Yeah.
let alone
Even
Rocky Horror
Je-
Picture Show.
Even Jenny Autumn has seen Rocky Horror. Come on.
Well, what does that
I just-
mean? Is that
She's
Je-
seen
Jenny
like
Autumn?
7 movies. She's seen like 7 movies in total.
I think because that's a leave the house movie. Most movies are stay inside.
Yes.
That's why we've seen
Okay.
them, but this is a leave the house movie.
So Colin and Kelly had a very big reaction to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Is that like one of your movies?
We've gone to see it multiple times on Halloween at like a live
Yes.
screening. Yeah.
And what did
You two dress up?
You
Who do you dress
throw-
up as?
You throw like French toast? Is that what you do?
Yeah, we're not allowed to throw toast anymore here because one of the theaters that we used to go to got like rats
Yeah.
from people doing that. But we do dress up. One time we dressed up as it's on the RAANAP grams actually. We dressed up as Tommy and Mark from The Room to go
Yeah.
watch Rocky Horror one year.
Yeah, not Rocky Horror characters.
Yeah,
but,
we just dress up in costumes generally.
Colin, were you in on that, or like was this like you were dragged along?
Come with guy.
No, I was into it. Yeah,
Okay. You seem
Hmm.
pretty excited about
I've
it.
seen Rocky Horror a lot of times.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
We took Maureen to see it.
Yeah,
live.
Maureen,
It's
did
true.
Colin used to wear costumes before he started hanging out with Kelly?
To be fair, he got it from me. I was going to Rocky Horror when I was in high school.
Oh.
Mm.
Okay, so you would listen to this episode.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Maureen
Let's-
is a
let's work
bad
for the
bee.
demo.
Yes. All right. Akiva, what do you say about all this?
I don't know. I know we probably should, but I
Here,
feel
let's
like
let's check in. We have Will from America here. What would
Mhm.
be the Gen Z reaction to this idea, Will?
I feel like a lot of Gen Zers don't really know about Rocky Horror Picture Show, but
would we lose our Gen Z audience
That's
that week?
that's upsetting to hear. That's upsetting to hear.
yeah, I mean,
Gen Z, get it together.
I agree. I think you should do it. I think that it's still something that a lot of Zoomers would enjoy, the movie itself, and I think they just need to
Yes.
they just need to deal with it.
Okay. And Chappelle, you like musicals. Do you think that Rocky Horror Picture Show would be a good fit for RAANAP?
Chappelle likes. I like what?
You don't like musicals? Musical theater?
Yeah, of course. I love. Sarah, help me. What's it called? Rocky something or other.
Rocky Horror Picture
I
Show.
saw- yeah, I saw it on Glee.
See,
one time.
Well, that's what I
Helen-
said. You watch a Glee.
Helen and I are
that was
millennials. We
10
don't.
years- yeah, that was
the
15
millennials
years
don't
ago, Rob,
care
but they
about
go.
Rocky Horror
Yeah,
Picture Show.
listen, I don't watch musicals. Okay, shoot me. I don't
All
care.
the other millennials on the panel knew it.
Let Chappelle live. All we're doing is being like, "Hey, Chappelle, do you like this white nonsense?" And he's like, "Yeah, totally. Like, let him live."
Right, like
have-
listen. My goal was to get white friends, and if this is what it takes, then yeah,
Hey,
sure. I'll come to a
Akiva
wedding.
and I
and I'll
didn't see it either.
I'm talking about
That's
this
why we're
wedding. No
friends,
offense,
yeah.
Colin and Kelly, but yeah, this is my new favorite thing that ever happened. White shenanigans left and right. But no, I haven't seen Rocky Horror. I'm sorry. I will
White-
watch it if
Is that
it'll
a
give
new
me
name
invited
for
to the
the
next wedding.
episode? New name for the episode: White Shenanigans Left and Right.
That should have been the name of this
That's
episode.
the name of the whole podcast, RAANAP.
Yeah, like shenanigans.
Yeah. Shenanigans.
Okay.
However, if I have to watch Rocky Horror to be invited to the next wedding, then so be it. I'll be
Okay.
there.
All right, Akiva, you're in the center square. What do you say?
I'm not saying never, but I'm not
Ah,
saying
he
put it on the
doesn't
wheel
like it.
today.
Okay.
I have,
Sorry,
I have
Sarah.
an
idea
there. I
to-
just think the idea is that it should be a cult classic movie, and you could do like a Twitter poll for what cult classic is, or.
Does your kid have an idea for the wheel? Is that what's going on, Sarah?
Leo, do you have an idea for the wheel? What
is it?
What's your idea?
Hi. Bye.
Just two, so she
A lot
can
of
only
little
go.
kids on the podcast
Yeah,
this week.
let me see. Grab Dominic if he has any
Say
ideas.
happy wedding. Happy wedding.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dressed up. She's in her tutu.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Sarah.
Anybody else with an idea?
Oh, we also need a wedding hashtag. For
Oh,
this
what's the
episode.
hashtag for the wedding?
Yeah, gotta
White
figure-
shenanigans.
Yeah, white shenanigans. I think
I don't know. See, it is a little
I
tricky.
mean, yeah, that is Kelly's last
Now-
name.
Now,
Yeah,
Kelly,
yeah.
are you taking? It is 2021. Are you taking Colin's last name, Colin? Are you joining last names? How's this happening?
This is for the podcast to decide.
Let's talk about it on the
Oh
podcast.
wow, Colin, the podcast is deciding now.
Well, I didn't say that. She
Yeah.
said that.
All right. Well,
You guys said I was the alpha.
yes. Well, what
Well,
is Colin's last name?
I think it's Ashworth, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
All right. That's a
They
pretty.
don't join. They don't join super well. They're both
White
extremely
Ashworth.
White
No,
sounding
it
names.
makes you seem very sort of like country clubby. White Ashworth, I think.
Yeah.
Ashworth. I mean, wasn't that the name of some like Republican like Secretary of State or something like that, like John Ashworth or
Oh.
something? There's
Well,
not
then
a
I'm
lot.
certainly
Ashworth
not
is
taking
fine. No,
I have-
Ashworth is fine.
It's
I
just
think
it's a very like British last name.
Yeah.
Whiteworth?
Now, Colin, have you ever considered just taking Kelly's last name and you
Yeah.
could be the Whites?
Thought
You're
about
very.
it. Yeah.
You
Of
become
the
very
shenanigans.
hard to Google. Colin White would be almost impossible to Google.
Maybe you want that.
True. Colin Ashworth. When you Google it, there's some like old music teacher from the UK somewhere that comes
Okay,
up.
and he is
Hmm.
all right. What about Ash White?
I hate that.
That
You hate
I
it?
think is probably the worst option.
Yeah.
Whitish.
Maybe.
Wouldn't it be White Ash?
Whiteworth.
What?
White. Well, hold on.
White-
We're getting the worth from.
What if we just go option 3, like a completely new last name? You could
Just
pick
just
anything.
Pick something.
Pick anything.
McInnes.
Like a McGinnis, a different
It's
color.
it's a
like
great last
green?
name. You could be
It's a good
McInnes's if you want.
It's good. A
what
little hard to
about
spell for
Wienerker?
the stupid people out there. Wienerker, not a great name. Like if you're planning on having kids, they're gonna get called Weenie their whole lives.
Mm-hmm.
Not
They're gonna
great.
get called that anyway.
Your kids are gonna get called
Our
Weenie.
kids are gonna be weenies. That's
They're
what
gonna
Kelly
be
just said.
Yeah.
Weenie Hut
Fair
Jr.
enough.
Okay.
And she will be calling them Weenie.
Do we even need last names in 2021? Like, what if it was just
Well, what do you
Colin
want to
and
be?
Oh.
Let's just get rid of them.
We'll be like
The letter
Madonna.
L.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you want like a QR code?
Oh, sure. A barcode.
Whitworth. Whitworth isn't so bad. Wentworth. These aren't bad.
Whitworth is maybe the best option if we're gonna
Yeah, that's not
combine, I
bad.
think. It sounds new
Uh,
and fun.
Wheelers.
I'm now on board. If you guys wanted to become McInnes's, like my dad is the only son and has no sons. Like the name is dying out. Like you guys could be the next generation of McInnes's.
Mm-hmm.
Carry on your legacy.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Continue her family's legacy. That's
Canadian.
Should this be an idea for the wheel of what should Kelly and Colin's last name be?
If they were like going to commit to making it their real name, we could get a babynames.com lady back, and we could give someone a last
We've
name. That
never
would be
given
fun.
anybody a last name on
That
the
is
podcast.
true.
We need to check
I
out
like it.
how difficult.
How hard it is?
'Cause There are.
My wife
rules
never
about
switched her name.
how you
I think
can change
I think it costs about like $400 to change your name, and you have to like go to the courthouse to do it.
Even
That's
if
why,
you're getting married.
well, if
You
you're
know-
getting married and you are a wife taking a husband's last name, I
Mhm.
think then it's free because
Canada,
of the
it's
patriarchy.
2021.
Um, Yeah.
I think we might be a little
you
bit in the
can-
weeds here with this.
Yeah, a
Hold
little
on,
bit.
Let's go
just a
to
little.
Canada.gov.
Okay.
1 second.
All right. Do we have any other news suggestions? Otherwise, let's get to what's on the wheel.
That's here. I'll give you one more idea. So we had a name that tune pitch that I don't know, Will, if you're working on or anything. Here is a similar pitch along the same lines from Scott. He says, instead of playing songs, someone would play clues from episodes of RAANAP, and whoever between Rob and Akiva guessed which episode it's from first gets the point. So it's name that pod.
Yeah, I like the idea in theory, but I think it's a little too meta. Like the time we had the quiz with Jordan Kalish, and we thought it was going to be fun, and it was just too inside for anybody.
I agree.
To
I think name that
going
tune
on.
is better. Will, how's that going? Name that tune.
It's coming along. I think it'll be ready for the wheel in probably like 3 weeks.
That's very specific. Okay.
Very specific. Yes.
Great.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about what is actually on.
Who's
the
this?
wheel.
Humberto says it was the worst episode ever. Yeah, people. I think you know what? People don't even remember it, but you're probably right.
Yeah.
No, I feel like it's one that it's like I don't think about it.
Humby's
if it was
a
the
truth
worst,
teller.
I
if
never
it was the
think about
worst,
you.
If
Yeah.
it was the worst, I would be like, I
Mhm.
remember which one is the worst. You know,
Yeah,
like
someone
if
said
I
it
remember
certainly
it's not
was
the
an
worst.
episode.
I think the worst episode is the episode you remembered the least about. It was just like not even enough to hate. It was just like a nothing
enough.
podcast.
I nothing you. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that should be on the census. Is a worst podcast one that you actively hate or one you don't remember?
Well, people will remember this one, so that's a good.
Oh
sign.
well, sure.
Certainly.
No one will forget this one.
All right, so let's let us I think we should spin the wheel. Get everyone.
Okay, well,
out of
let's
here.
talk about what's on the wheel first.
Yes, please.
Season 3, episode 7 is back. So is the coin flip, followed by the crappy movie diaper, People's Choice, the sequel mechanism, Rob and Akiva Get Trek. That's been there for a while. Sex and Akiva, Guest Choice, Cheaters, Taurus Season, Taskmaster.
Not eligible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rob and Akiva Get Soapy. Okay. We've done Kelly White's Wedding. We Peeved Off, 3 Fast, 3 Furious, Rob's biggest fan. And so what about Dr. Mike?
Yeah, I think it gets wheel jammed, is what we've been saying.
Or do we add Dr. Mike as the guest for whatever we're doing next week? Do we invite him to be a guest for whatever
I think we wheel jam it, and if it doesn't come up, if it's an appropriate idea, we could also invite him to be the guest.
Okay. So am I adding 138 spots for Dr. Mike?
I think you could do 69 is fine.
Okay. I don't think I could even do 69 on the wheel.
Hold on,
Let's see.
I'm writing this. Okay. Somebody said, sorry, I can't see whose name it is. They say new last name should be Rowan.
That
Oh.
was one of the Autumn's suggestion.
Yeah.
And I agree.
I almost said that. The Rowans.
Not bad. Kelly Rowan, Colin Rowan. That's a good name. It's like
Not bad.
very
It's strong.
inoffensive. It's strong. That's a good name. What do the moms think about the last name Rowan? Is your mom like protective of her last name? The things if you have such a common last name, are you like, you know what I mean? There's only 12 Wienekers or 11. I can't keep track with what happened with Corona. Like there's only 11. Wienekers. I
Ashworth
think-
isn't a very common last name at all. Actually.
Yeah.
Not here, yeah.
In Toronto, when I got married, my husband and I were the only Ashworths in Toronto.
Okay.
White isn't a very common last name either.
Oh no.
Yeah,
No.
okay,
All
Mom.
right, all right.
about that.
Let's
I
not.
wanna
We
buy
don't
one.
want to get into a whole feud. It's a happy
All right.
family.
Dr. Mike for mailbag.
Okay.
All right, that's enough.
Oh,
All right.
Mike Bloom says, what if they change their last name to Strong? Kelly
That's a good
Strong
last
and
name.
It
Colin
is a
Strong.
strong last name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So the system only lets me add 20 spots for a wheel jam.
Really?
I mean,
Okay.
I could make up like 2 more spots and then add another spot with 9.
I guess you could do that. Yeah. Can't you add like can't you add something a few times, 20 times? Isn't that what we did last time?
I mean,
Where
I
you
guess
added something a few times?
I guess I could. Do you want tell me what you want here, because I feel like
I think we should do that. I don't think we should play with the rules of the wheel, even if you're not dying for it. I
Wait,
think
hold
it'll be a
on. Then
fun time.
what would be playing with the rules of the wheel? To add 69 spots?
Yeah.
Well, that
To not do
you're
it.
the keeper of the waiting room. Well, what's the verdict here?
I think it's been said that Dr. Mike episode 2 will be episode 138. It was 69 spots the first time. I think it makes sense to be 69 spots again, as that is a very, very nice number.
Okay.
So I think go ahead and add it like 3 more times, like 20 spots for 3 of them and then 9 for the 4th.
Okay.
Wait, Kelly, you had a personal best run today? That's what people are saying in the chat. Your fastest
Oh, I did
ever
not,
5K?
but I did not at all. But I was gonna say that I didn't expect 69s to be talked about so much at my wedding, but like I'm here for it.
Okay.
Nice.
Sorry to the church.
Yep. Well, June
who wants
9th
a
is
chant
Steve
going?
Fishback's anniversary.
Okay.
Okay. All right. All right. So here we go. Here's a
Mm-hmm.
wheel that has 69 spots on it for Ask Dr. Mike 2.
81%.
And let's see.
Hope it
Yeah.
doesn't come up.
Yeah, has anything ever not come up with this many spots? I don't think so.
I mean, I don't think how many other times have we had over 50
Just a
spots
couple.
on a wheel for something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not too many.
All right. Here we go.
It would be funny if after all this we vetoed it. It came up and we vetoed it. Tommy says he wants cats to come up.
All right. Here we go. For next week's episode, it's Ask Dr. Mike.
Wow. Against the odds.
It was actually the 4th Ask Dr. Mike,
Oh, see, good
the
thing
one
you
that was
added it.
that was the
9
9
spots?
spotter
look at
came
that.
up on the wheel. So none of the 20 spotter. So all right. We will put out a Google form and get questions for Dr. Mike.
Yes. Yeah. And I hear what people are saying in the comments, but I think we're gonna have a fun time.
Yeah, and if he's bombing, we'll just go to the mailbag.
Yeah. We'll do a 3-hour mailbag.
We'll
and
keep
tell them it's
it.
a
We'll
5-minute
keep
show.
it tight. Okay. All right. 4th of July week next week. Okay. All right. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
So let me start off. Maureen, do you have any plugs or anything you want people to check out?
No, I'm totally practically unplugged.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
What about the church? That's just your for the work.
This is a Jewish podcast, so
Yeah.
I don't know if we can plug the church.
Yeah, it's a very small church with mostly senior citizens, so they're definitely unplugged.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. Well, hopefully just from the internet.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's go to Sherry. Sherry, how about for you? Do you have anything you want to tell people to check out? Follow you on social media?
I just want to tell everybody, make sure that they tune into your podcast. I think you guys are awesome. I've had a really fun afternoon. Congrats to Kelly and Colin. And also, if I could just mention for everybody to please take a couple minutes and thank all of your first responders, fire, police, and especially anybody that's in healthcare, such as nurses and doctors, because man, it's been a long, long few years.
Wow. Okay.
Thanks,
well,
thanks for inviting me.
Well said,
Thank you
Sherry.
to
Thank
both
you so
moms.
much. Okay. Will from America, how about for you?
Yeah, I just got my birthday coming up next week, so
Oh.
You're plugging your
everyone please
birthday.
wish me a happy birthday on
What are you,
Twitter.
25?
24.
Yes.
Jeez, so
Oh,
young.
the baby.
You got a whole life ahead of you.
Yes.
Wow.
Is it on July 4th, Will?
July 2nd.
Oh, okay. I thought that
Okay.
maybe that's why you were Will from America. I thought
Very
you were
close, yeah.
Had the same birthday as America. Okay. Kirsten, what about for you?
Today's not about me. Today's about Kelly and Colin.
Are you
please
giving
send
your
them-
plugs to Kelly and Colin?
Please send them your congratulations on social media. Listen to Kelly's podcast. If you like me, you already know where I am. You just Google my name. It's fine.
Yes. Okay. Well said. And then Chappelle, how about for you?
Yeah, I'll follow Kirsten's lead on this one. Please go follow my guy, Colin, or Colin A. Ashworth 1 on Twitter, you know, and
Yes.
you probably already follow Kelly, but if you don't, follow her too.
Yes. By the way, Akiva, Chappelle and I talked about the show Dance Moms on the latest RHAP Rewind. Have you ever watched that?
My baby sister used to be obsessed with Dance Moms. She goes through like these obsessions, so she was obsessed with it. So I
Yeah.
used to like hear all about it, but I've never seen it. How was it?
No, it was wild. There's a horrible woman that's on there. I thought it would have been fun to get your opinion on it because that's somebody who has daughters that are in gymnastics.
I think my kids would love that show, probably, right?
Oh, I don't know. It's kind of a sad story. It's very like there's a lady who's berates children on it.
Well, listen,
is it still going?
No,
it's over, and it came to a screeching halt. But since we were talking about ideas, we've been getting a lot of feedback about that episode, and so season 3, episode 7 of Dance Moms does exist, and there are a couple people who have been very adamant that they have some insight. And so maybe you two should put that in the season 3 episode 7s and get those 2 guests on that have
Yes,
been
Akiva, would you put
tweeting us.
Dance Moms in the season 3 episode 7?
I think so. I think I've been staying away from reality just because it's
yeah,
the reality rewind. I don't want
maybe.
to.
Do we want to just take a look and see if that's an interesting episode to talk about? Is there any way to like look at that episode?
Give me 3 seconds.
Okay. Yes.
Any of them not interesting episodes?
All right. In the meantime,
Right.
let's check it back with Colin and Kelly, and of course, the happy couple. What's next for you two?
You know, we're just so excited, bathing in the love that we shared today. Thank you, everyone, for coming. It's been an incredible afternoon. Do you have any plugs?
I don't.
Oh.
My plug is to follow her podcast.
I also asked Colin and Kelly a question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are
Floor is
you
yours.
right? Are you registered anywhere? Is there anywhere where we can
Right.
get the listeners
Ooh,
to
good
send
question.
gifts? Like, what's the situation?
I will definitely send a gift.
That's so lovely. I feel like everyone can just donate to their favorite Black Lives Matter type cause in their own town. I think that's the ideal.
What a classy lady Kelly is. I would have been like, all right, I'm not registered now, but I'm going to sign up for Crate and Barrel, Bed Bath & Beyond right now.
We don't need
Here's
any
my
more
gift.
stuff.
He was like,
Venmo.
I'm registered at the bank. You can
Yeah.
cash out me your gift.
That's right. All right. Venmo at Keeves. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Chappelle, did you find the season 3
Yeah,
episode?
season
7?
3
Yes.
episode 7 is a go. You'll love it.
And you'll come on with us?
No. There are more. There are
Who are the
people
experts? Who are the experts, Chappelle?
we've gotten a couple people
That
in
like
Twitter.
know the Abby Lee Miller.
Yeah, they've been in contact. They're listeners. I will send you their information.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. All right. And then
Yes.
Akiva, how about for you? What have you been up to this week?
Really just doing Olympic stuff. I'm really a little busy, but I've had we did trending topics on 32 Fans, people like
Yeah,
that.
I
where we
like
just,
that one.
we looked at what was trending on Twitter and we just talked about all those everything going on for like a half hour. That was fun. I forget what we did on the Patreon, but I'm sure it was fun too. NGOG, we had a fun episode last
yeah.
week. We have a guest. I don't know.
I like the last 32 Fans podcast, and then like the last 10 minutes was just commercials.
Oh, well, it is. People don't. We haven't mentioned this show, but 32 Fans is like on the RHAP network now. So that's like a Scott St. Pierre thing.
Well, I know it was, that it was you guys reading commercials. It wasn't just like.
I thought you meant like inserted ads. Oh
no,
because I'm like, that's not even from my side. But
it's like
yeah,
a real breakdown of the Manscaped. Machinery.
we did the Manscaped. Yeah, we do a lot of Manscaped stuff.
I love it.
Yeah, Manscaped. Those ads are going well, I guess. Okay. That's about it for me. What about you, Rob? You have anything going on?
Oh, it was just late night last night talking about the 15th best season of Survivor Panama. And then later on tonight, I'll be doing a very special Talking with T-Bird with Shane Powers. And then busy week again because Wednesday we'll be back with the 14th best season of Survivor Blood versus Water. So we've really just been picking up the pace, baby.
Very RAANAP-centric guests last week. Yeah, Jess Sterling and Lindsay Wilson. Really from the RAANAP farm team, if you will.
And Lindsay Wilson.
Yeah, I said that. And all the RAANAP people are becoming big stars. Yeah. I can't buy my way on a Survivor podcast. These people are
you want to do a Survivor podcast?
No, I'm joking. I'm teasing.
Yeah.
You were on a Survivor podcast like 2 months ago.
I'm teasing. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah.
I'm
He
too
just
busy.
wants to break the record again. That's all. His spot's been
We'll break
threatened.
that
and
record.
now he has to
Wednesday
come
night,
for
two
us.
other RAANAP
Who do you got?
standouts.
Who do you got?
It'll be Frail Mary and AJ Norris will be our guests on Wednesday night to talk about the 14th best season Survivor Blood versus Water. Yeah.
Iconic.
Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for listening. Take care, everybody. And again, very happy wedding day to Colin and Kelly. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.
Hey, bye.
We'll play us out.
Beautiful.